Imagine this, Shibuya at night. The neon glow of the city blurs under a relentless downpour. The streets are eerily empty, a combi for an unnatural storm. Suddenly, reality itself rips open. A dimensional tear, raw and chaotic, spits out a figure onto the wet asphalt. It's Denji, dazed and confused, dragged from his world into this new, strange place. The air crackles with an energy he's never felt before. Just as he gets his bearings, two figures emerge from the shadows, Yuji Itadori and Megumi Fushiguro. They sense it to a massive, unfamiliar spike of cursed energy, unlike any curse they've ever encountered. To them, Denji is a threat, a powerful unknown. To Denji, seeing their uniforms and serious expressions, he comes to a simple, bloody conclusion: they must be devils. Without a second thought, he pulls the cord on his chest. In a spray of gore and the terrifying roar of an engine, he transforms. Chainsaw Man has arrived in Shibuya, and he's ready for a fight. Yuji doesn't hesitate. He closes the distance in a blur, his fist a flurry of high-speed punches aimed to exorcise this new threat. But Denji is a wall of screaming metal. He parries the blows with his chainsaw arms, sending a shower of sparks and blood into the rainy night. The impact shatters the concrete beneath them. Yuji's raw physical power is immense, but Denji's defense is a maelstrom of destruction. Nearby, Megumi summons his divine dogs, Nu, and other Shikigami, trying to flank the chainsaw-headed monster. But it's no use. With a wild, guttural laugh, Denji shreds through them, turning the cursed beasts into ribbons of dark energy. The street becomes a war zone, walls crack, cars are tossed aside like toys, and the sheer force of their clash makes the very air tremble. Yuji realizes this isn't a normal curse. This is something else entirely, something that revels in the chaos. The fight escalates. Yuji, pushed by Denji's relentless assault, focuses his cursed energy. Time seems to slow for a moment, and then bam! He lands a perfect black flash. The impact is devastating, a flash of black and red light that sends Denji flying, tearing a chunk out of his torso. For a split second, Yuji thinks it's over, but then something horrifying happens. Denji gets back up, laughing. The gaping wound on his body knits itself back together in a grotesque display of regeneration. He's not just healing, he's getting stronger, feeding off the blood being spilled. Yuji stares in disbelief. This isn't a curse he can just punch into oblivion. This creature, it enjoys the pain. It thrives on it. Denji grins, his chainsaw head tilted. He's having the time of his life, and he's just getting warmed up. Just as Yuji prepares for another assault, a second mouth tears open on his cheek. It's Sukuna, bored and amused by the spectacle. Pathetic, he sneers, his voice dripping with contempt, not at Yuji, but at the devil in front of him. You call that power? For a terrifying instant, Sukuna's will overwhelms Yuji's. A wave of malevolent cursed energy erupts, blasting the ground apart and forcing Denji back. Denji stumbles, his instincts screaming, the power he just felt. It was ancient, absolute. It wasn't a devil. It was something far, far worse. The King of Curses has made his presence known, and the King of Chainsaws has taken notice. The brief interruption is over as quickly as it began, but the fight is forever changed. Driven by a primal mix of fear and excitement, Denji lunges at Yuji with newfound ferocity. Their battle spills onto the rooftops of Shibuya, a deadly dance against the stormy skyline. Blood splashes, fists wrapped in cursed energy collide with spinning chainsaws, and the sound is a deafening symphony of destruction. They leap from building to building, each impact shattering windows and cracking foundations. Below, terrified civilians scramble for safety as chunks of concrete rain down. The city itself is becoming a casualty of their war, the streets splitting open under the sheer force of their blows. This is no longer a fight, it's a natural disaster. Denji is loving this. This is a real fight, the kind he's dreamed of. Pushed to his limits, he embraces the chaos, letting his primal instincts take over completely. His body contorts, sprouting new, terrifying appendages. Wings made of chainsaws burst from his back. A chainsaw tail whips menacingly behind him. A third chainsaw erupts from his chest, spinning with furious intent. He has become the full Chainsaw Devil, a true agent of fear and destruction. Every step he takes sends shockwaves through the ground, and every swing of his arm slices through skyscrapers as if they were made of paper. He is the embodiment of pure, unadulterated mayhem. Faced with this monstrous form, Yuji knows he's on the edge. Megumi provides whatever support he can from a distance, his chimeras and shadows trying to bind and distract the rampaging devil, but they're torn apart almost instantly. Yuji is bleeding, battered, and near his limit, but in that moment of near death, he remembers his grandfather's words, his promise to protect people, to ensure everyone has a proper death. He can't fail here, he won't. With a surge of adrenaline and resolve, he taps back into that perfect focus. 1, 2, 3 consecutive black flashes, each one stronger than the last. He channels every last ounce of his strength and cursed energy into a final, earth-shattering punch. The blow connects, sending the Chainsaw Devil careening into the sky, a black missile that rips a hole straight through the storm clouds above. For a moment, there's an eerie silence. Then a figure plummets back to Earth, landing with a crash. It's Denji, back in his hybrid form, but he's not angry. He's laughing, he's ecstatic. That was the best fight ever. He roars, his voice filled with pure joy. He sees Yuji, glowing with red-hot cursed energy, ready for one last stand. This is it, the grand finale. They charge at each other one last time. Denji's chainsaws spin into a blur of metallic death. Yuji's fists burn like twin suns. They meet in the middle of the ruined street, and the impact is apocalyptic. A colossal explosion of blood, cursed energy, and raw power engulfs the screen. The blast is so bright, so immense, that for a single, blinding moment, it turns the night into day. The light fades, Yuji is standing, just barely, his body broken and his consciousness fading. The rubble shifts nearby. Denji, slowly regrowing his limbs, pulls himself up and sits down, utterly exhausted but grinning from ear to ear. The fight is over. For the first time, they actually talk. Denji admits all he really wants is a good meal, a girlfriend, and a normal life. Yuji explains his own simple goal, to save people and stop curses so no one has to die a meaningless death. In the quiet devastation, they see each other not as monsters, but as two kids trapped by immense powers they never asked for, fighting battles they don't fully understand. Just then, a shimmer in the air forms a portal. A dark, familiar shadow looms within it. Makima. Her gaze isn't on Denji, it's fixed on Yuji, a predatory interest in her unseen eyes. She's found a new, fascinating pawn. As the portal closes, Denji looks at Yuji and gives him a tired, genuine smile. "Hey, you're pretty strong," he says, "let's fight again soon."